bring 'em out, bring 'em out. You just heard the sound of the king of the South. T.I. I go by the name of Swiss Beats the Monster. I need y'all to rewind this and play this from the top. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
We've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. But tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos.
Harrison Butker in a kickoff for Kansas City.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Money up to a whole nother level. Don't know no better. When I got rich, bro coming slow 6.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. That's taken in by Franklin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. These two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. This defense for the Chiefs, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That good for 19 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll set up to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That's good.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. No hesitations. They go right back to Kelce. You look at this Bronco defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Mahomes again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 31-yard line.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
And it's straight. It's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That good for 22 and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and goal, Kansas City.
Smith trying to run for it. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 9 yards is the loss on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to the rookie 1st-round pick. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll drop to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have regained the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7.
Broncos 10, Chiefs 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll air this one out for Mims. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
This 2nd and 4. Here's Pacheco once again. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Mahomes going to throw. This will be caught. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
And that'll be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender.
So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
First down, Chiefs.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Again, it's Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Here's Mahomes to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. The tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7. A handoff now for Pacheco. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
But with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. 2nd and 6. They'll get that complete to Franklin. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll set up a throw. That is caught. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that nearly intercepted. And the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll look to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving them a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Back to throw again. That's taken in by Franklin. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 2nd and 9 now. He'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A short throw to Ingram. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Now they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
He'll look to throw. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. He'll drop to throw. That's to the running back, R.J. Harvey. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
Old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And Mahomes will do it himself. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make second down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
Now Mahomes. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
On second down, here's Smith again.
And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 39. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Inside handoff, Smith. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
A first down carry for Smith. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
A quick hitter complete. It's Rice. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They're going to run this with a tight end, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
Broncos 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. A short throw to Ingram. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're so a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Mahomes will do it himself. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 5.
He finds his man complete. That's Franklin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and 6.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Christian Fulton.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Smith up the middle. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On second down, here's Smith again. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Again, it's Smith. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
3rd and 5.
A handoff to Smith.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A 29-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Into the hands of Ingram.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Able to find Mims.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And this one complete again to Mims. They'll come up now on second down.
That's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Chiefs' 47.
Back to throw again. It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's good for our Broncos. First down.
And they'll go ahead and spike it here as that stops the clock with just under a minute to go now.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Christian Fulton.
It certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is, if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield. Okay, I think we can safely agree that's not a call you see very often on 1st and 10.
Ever.
Who
calls a
that?
first down sneak?
I guess the best we've probably seen is a first down quarterback draw.
Right.
Yeah, but not a sneak. But they did gain yards.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Chiefs,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's their first stumble of the season as they'll dip to 8-1 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Like yellow on leaves, ball like an all-white shirt, no sleeves. Tell her, put it like me, blowing a coffee, he's asleep. You weak.